Hi and welcome. We have today Mr. Ron Perry, Vice President and Treasurer of Metanor Resources, which is located in northern Quebec, in between Val-D'Or and Chibougamau on that road there. And they have a gold mine, and they are going to be a commercial producer soon. We're going to talk about that with Mr. Perry. Mr. Very good day.
Thank you very much for having me.
A pretty interesting project you have there. You have a gold mine, which is an underground mine, which used to be owned by another company.
Yes, the mine was operated in the 80s, and it was called Bachelor Lake Mines, and it closed around 89 because of the price of gold went under $300. We subsequently bought it off another company that had it in their inventory, but they weren't doing anything with it. It was Campbell Resources. And we have upgraded the infrastructure, put it into production. We are producing. We're not commercial production right now, but we are producing. Since July 6th, we got our permit for commercial production. And then right away, we started to put ore into the mill. We were a producer previously. We operated in around 2008, 2009, 2010, Barry open pit, because we raised money to rehabilitate the mill and start to work on Bachelor, but that's a lot of money. So investment bankers said, why don't you get something close? So we operated the Barry open pit for about 2 years, mined out 40,000 ounces. The good news, the 40,000 ounces became, with exploration, 800,000 ounces, but the grade went down. So we had to close the operations because it wasn't profitable anymore. And then we had to go into financing to continue the cornerstone strategy of Metanor was always to get Bachelor Lake Mine running and as well the mill. So now we are where we are. We have financed ourselves with money from Sandstorm, money from Investissement Quebec, and some equity, and we are where we are today. So we are ramping up as presently. The bulk sample was done, and we announced 25% more gold than was budgeted for and planned for with the plan. So that's very good news. So the grade is very good as well. And as of yesterday, we brought 400 tons up to the surface. So we're going closer to being at 800 tons per day. It's not consistent yet, but we just hired some miners. We did have, like all mining companies, problems getting qualified miners.
So besides Osisko, that is already a producer, a commercial producer, you are the only company that is near being to be a commercial producer, because you do have a big facility there. I do have a picture on my screen right now where we see the mill.
Oh, there's no question. Our facility is state-of-the-art. It's been rehabilitated. It's been upgraded from when we first started at 450 short tons. We went to 700 metric, 800 metric, and 1200. So the tonnage that can go through the mill is 1200 tons per day. We plan to operate it at only 800 tons per day, and it's because we don't have shortage of workstations underground. The mill is not the bottleneck, neither is the shaft. We have a 4-compartment shaft, so we can bring ore up. It's just having adequate workstations underground. So we budgeted 800 tons per day. With that, we could do up to 60,000 ounces annual production.
So does that mean you have to drill new tunnels to have more teams working at the same time to produce enough to supply the mill?
That's correct. We are doing longhole mining, so you have to invest first. So that's why our operating cost is going to be low here. We've invested, we have level 13, 14, and 15 now, and basically we will be doing exploration work below level 15 soon, and we are drifting out. So that's all done. And then once you've done your drifting, now you start mining. So so you invest first, and then your cash cost goes down because you are just going on each level for the ore. And the veins are larger, which was good, that we found out in the bulk sample. And also what's helping is our mill, since while we were shut down, we upgraded our own mill to carbon and pulp from Merrill Crowe, and the recoveries are in excess of 98%, and our pre-feasibility was 93%. So 5% extra recoveries is straight to the bottom line. So this is going to be a very profitable operation once we hit full production, which is planned for before the end of the year.
This is the only mill in this region, isn't it?
Yes. Especially recently, North American Palladium shut down the Sleeping Giant mine, so we're the only game in town, and which leaves us in the region a potential to consolidate, because as I said, we have a $200 million infrastructure between Bachelor and Barry, the two mines, And it would take you 3 years to reproduce because you have to order the equipment and there's backlogs on equipment. And we have about 85 permits already from environmental all the way through to get to where we are. So it's, you know, you're 1 in 1,000 junior exploration companies to go into production. There's not a lot of them.
So you have a 226 million outstanding shares in the company.
With a $200 million infrastructure.
You have a $20 million infrastructure, so your stock at book value should be at $1 right now, and it's 22 cents.
I think at the end of the day, the markets have been, the whole gold space is down. All the juniors are down, even the large ones are down. They're starting to come up, but gold is at 1,600. Our pre-feasibility was done at 1271 at the time, more than a year ago, and the IRR was 85% at the $20 million that we raised through Sandstorm. And people have to understand that the $20 million that we got from Sandstorm is basically, it's given to you. But it's secured, but it's not a debt. You don't owe them $20 million. That gives them the right to buy 20% of your production for
at $500.
At $500.
So you still get some money out. You still get your cost.
You get your cost, but now you can go for the 80%. And if we, use the excess capacity of our mill for Barry, perhaps we later on we decide to open a Barry or another project close to Bachelor. Sandstorm is not involved in that. So
that's this mill expandable?
Yes, it can go right up to, right now it's 1,200 tons per day. But if you give money to Ghislain Morin and Pascal Hamelin and Serge Roy, you want it at 2,000 tons per day, we can do it. It's just, and then, the return on investment is even higher for our shareholders. But presently, we're going to operate at 800 tons per day. That's what we're aiming for. But we have excess capacity to 1,200 tons a day. When
do you think that you're going to reach this 800 ton per day?
Before the end of the year. That's what we're aiming for. But just like yesterday, we did 400 tons per day. We're starting to ramp up. We just hired
for one day. Yesterday, 400 tons.
And we were pouring gold bars.
But because you probably had the production of many days that you process in one day.
No. We're bringing up ore consistently, but it's not always 400 tons per day. But and then we'll move up to the next level. You can't go from 0 to 800. You have to move it up. So
surely.
You have to get your mining teams the training. We just hired 12 new miners within the last month. There was always a shortage of miners, but we found 12 qualified Class 1 miners. So we've got a very good team now. And so we're ramping up.
Are you going to be cash flow positive at 800 tons per day?
Oh, we're going to be extremely profitable. At 800 tons per day, we'll probably make $30 million minimum profit for first year full production. This is because the grade is actually higher. The life of mine is around 6.8 grams. We're putting 8 grams on the belt right now. So it's very good. That's why I said we did 25% more production in that same area in the bulk sample, and we're seeing very good grades come on the belt.
Okay, so that's good. And how deep it is?
Right now we're at 2,300 feet. The shaft is sunk to 2,300 feet. The hoist that we installed, it's a new hoist, 10-foot hoist, we can go up to 4,500 to 5,000 feet. We plan for the future. We also have a 4-compartment shaft. So when we are 5 years from now or 6 years from now in the life of mine, well, before that, we'll be investing time to sink the shaft further because it's open at depth. But we don't have to stop production because we have a 4-compartment shaft. We've already planned for the future.
Okay, so so what do you need the money for right now?
We need working capital. We need working capital, and in mining, one miss, the hoist breaks down, a part, whatever, a ball mill. You've seen it happen to other companies. Well, this costs a lot of money for a company like us. We're not a division of American Barrick. We can just go to Mama Bear and say, send me down some cash, which is normal operating. We are all at risk, and we need to have that extra money. And even in Sandstorm's portfolio, of which we are part of, a lot of the companies had to go back. It's unfortunate. We're not looking at straight equity. We're looking at convertible or some other kind of debt instrument. But we need that, and our shareholders need that backup. We've done our best, but at the end of the day, it's not a dilution because we're not issuing shares, but at the same time, it's guaranteeing the future of this company. We have 166 employees. We're going up at the mine. We're going up to 181. It's a made in Quebec success story. Our head office is in Val-D'Or. We use local accountants. We use local lawyers, as well as obviously lawyers in Montreal as well. But we are a Quebec company, and we're going to be the first producer in Metanor.
And that's very interesting. And it's how long is the mine life right now with the resources that you have?
What's done with the pre-feasibility, which was done by Stantec almost about a year and a half ago, which was these were the people that did the due diligence for Sandstorm. So they're not our guys. But we basically took their work, their due diligence, and converted it into a pre-feas. At the time, our mineable ounces are about almost 200,000, so it gives us in excess of 3 years mine life. But we've been drilling, and it's open at depth. And we also have a luxury that when the mine closed in the late 80s, a lot of broken ore was left behind. So we can it's just free ore on the levels, on the upper levels. So we cannot put that in a 43-101, but there's a significant amount of ounces there that'll add to the life of the mine. And where also the company has a choice to do with Bachelor Lake mine is the cornerstone of our strategy. Once you have the mine, you're the only game in town. So there's a lot of little companies and properties with 60, 100,000 ounces. They can't go into commercial production. It's too small, but we can buy them. And these add a year, 2 years, 3 years. So instead of looking for the giant pit that a lot of the majors are looking for, we're looking at consolidating multiple satellites. So the company grows organically by our drills on Bachelor, Hewfran, and Nelligan, and eventually we'll get to Barry again because we believe there's a lot of upside at Barry, but we'll use our own cash flow to work on Barry. So we have a lot of upside here, and we can consolidate the whole north in our area. We're the only game in town.
And do you have any ideas for the shareholders and for those people that are listening and are not shareholders of yours right now? How long could take the price of the stock price to get back to $1 or so? What's your feeling about that?
Well, I feel that the gold market, my personal feeling is gold market for all the juniors is down. Well, not everybody significantly valued. I mean, we're a junior and we're trading below book value, and our book value gets written down as well. So it's not even it's even our book value was much higher because we've raised over the years $100 million have been invested in Metanor, not only on Bachelor Lake, the mine. We bought Nelligan. We bought Nelligan. We bought Barry. We bought the Hewfran property from Tech Kaminko. This company has grown, so there's a lot of assets in one pool. The sum of the parts is greater than the whole. There's no question. Breakup value, as I said, the mill is $200 million. A mill is only worth something if you have ore to process. We have lots of ore. Where the future is very good. We not only have our own organic plan, but we can consolidate. But we're not going to consolidate at a 24-cent stock, 25-cent stock, though. We'll wait.
It might even attract other company in the area to do some more drilling because there's a mill there. They will find something and try to sell it to you. You know, that's a whole circle, probably.
Yeah, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, no question.
Yeah. Okay, so what else can you tell us about the facilities there? And how this plan that you have right now is like a 25 years old mill?
It was built in the 80s, and obviously it was put to rest properly. But I mean, it took us a lot of money to rehabilitate it. But it's all computerized. We actually, as I said, we went from Merrill-Crowe to carbon and pulp. So that's why our recoveries have gone from 93% that was in the pre-feas to 98.8%. I mean, there's no gold going to our tailing pond. So, like as you said, sometimes earlier you said there's a lot of prospectors in the old days. Well, you don't want to go in our tailings because you're not going to get much.
No, I mean, it has a potential for making a big success in the area anyway.
Oh, we feel obviously with what's in the area and just at Bachelor, it's open all directions. Hewfran is open in all directions. And we haven't done a lot of work on Nelligan. And then we have a new discovery, which is only 2.5 kilometers from the mill on our main road. I mean, you can't get better than that. And we have to pursue that. And it's in an area that we didn't know there was gold there. It's a new discovery. So the future looks fantastic for Metanor as we grow. A year from now, when we have $30 million in the bank, all the hardship that we've gone through and our patience with our shareholders, our new partners, is all going to pay off because we believe we're going to consolidate the North.
So, Mr. Perry, I'm very proud to see what your company has accomplished, and we wish you a very good success in the month to come, and we hope you're going to be cash flow positive as soon as you can, because that's going to bring
believe so.
The stock higher.
Definitely.
Thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.